Hello, so this is my standard 2 reflection. So this standard talks about how the teacher understands how to differentiate lessons to meet the needs of diverse learners throughout each lesson. It's crucial for every teacher to understand this standard, as every student learns differently and at their own pace. In addition, it's important for teachers to be familiar with the standard, because if this is properly utilized in the classroom, students will not feel inferior because of their skill. And this rings true to me pretty personally, and I'll explain that in a second. But as a new teacher to a public school, knowing and understanding this standard was top priority. Growing up, I struggled with certain academics, but my teachers knew how to accommodate, modify, and differentiate their lessons to help me understand the concepts and tasks we had to do in the classroom. I make sure that each person has the opportunity to learn the same material, but modified to meet their needs. In PE class, this is especially important because PE teachers are likely to have a wide range of skill in their classroom. If teachers can differentiate their lessons and make sure that each student has an opportunity to learn the material, a year full of growth and success will be on the horizon, guaranteed. So my artifact for this standard is my unit plan that I created and designed using backward design with 10 differentiated lesson plans. So one way I differentiate one of my lessons is by adding in a section talking about how soccer is related to the skill, or how soccer is called football in different countries. And there are 20 countries that call it football, by the way, and they would say football. One of the ways I did this is by making a trivia game for all students. I'm doing this by making a trivia game for all students. So they had fun learning about it, and I want to see if they can name the countries that call it football. So other ways I differentiate my lessons in this unit is by catering to all learners. And what I mean by this is I'm catering to kinesthetic, auditory, visual, and people with learning disabilities. For kinesthetic learners, students will be used as examples throughout every lesson. So kinesthetic learners they do best by hands-on. So they'll see that and they'll demonstrate that as well. For visual, auditory learners, I'll have slides up on the screen, videos explaining the rules of soccer and soccer games. So for anyone who struggles in grasping the skills and concepts, I'll work individually with them and modify anything I can to help them with. And these include giving them a bigger ball, making a target bigger, anything I need to help them with that. And finally, when asked about my philosophy of teaching, this is like a personal thing. I responded by saying everyone learns differently and unique in their own beautiful way. However, we all share one common thing. That means, so we're all, and this rings true for me so personally, and every teacher, we're all one good teacher away from a success story. I was that teacher, or I had that teacher. I was that student who needed that teacher, and I would really, really love to be that teacher to one of my students. And I'll end with this. If students know that if you want them to succeed and you're their biggest cheerleader, they're going to work extra hard to make that happen and to achieve those goals. And by differentiating lessons for students who may have special needs or learning disabilities, this shows the student that the teacher cares about them and wants them to succeed. Thank you.